All right, in this video, I'll just give you a casual conversation that I had with a couple of youngsters in my group. Okay, they asked me this question with regards to stay in India or leave India. What do I recommend? Now, obviously, those of you who follow my channel would know for a fact that I would immediately tell anyone, if you can leave India and you can get a citizenship in a Western country, you can get proper education, not fake degrees or some namesake online degree, proper education, proper training, and start your career when you're young, yes. Okay? Because remember, after the age of 40, if you go, you're only going to get odd jobs like security guards or flipping burgers or a junior accountant, and that doesn't make sense. So in this video, what I thought is I would share with you a couple of points that I shared with them, and feel free to tell me whether you agree, disagree. I've roughly written down 17 points. It can go more or less. So feel free to comment down below and tell me, no, you're wrong here, or I agree with you, or if I've missed out a point, add one. Now, I have to state this before you watch the video. This is not me being anti-Indian. Neither is this me saying that India is a total shithole place, man. Leave India, you'll have a better life. No. There are a lot of people who are very successful in India. There are a lot of people who are very rich in India. There are a lot of people who have succeeded. And there are a lot of people who are making ends meet and don't want to leave India, In fact, you'll be very surprised to know there are people who even have come back to India after staying in USA or after staying in Dubai and all those places. So right off the bat, I want to make it very clear. I'm not giving you any anti-Indian sentiments. I'm not telling you must leave India. This is just an opinion from my side. If you're doing well in India, if you're happy in India, please, you must stay in India. I have my suppliers, I have my vendors, I have some, not all my clients, some of my clients, very happy in India. And there are people who refuse to leave India because they want to stay with their mother, their father, their parents, their families. So not everyone is crazy about money, career, or a new life. Okay, I hope I've got that out. Now, having said that, I'll give you the points as to why I recommend other people to leave India. The first obvious reason is earnings. Okay, in India, the problem or the biggest challenge is the overpopulation, the exceptionally high competition. I mean, for every position, you might have around minimum 500 people to 5,000 people. If you leave the job or you get thrown out, there will be a line of people waiting to take your job. Okay, so because of this, there is no exceptional demand for your services, and because of that, it's a highly competitive place where salary, take it or leave it. And on top of that, you get all these companies from the West who are coming down to India, not out of love for Indians, or it is like, oh, we want to make India great again. It is just that if they were to get an engineer, let's say, or a programmer or AI expert in the West, whether it is USA, whether it is Switzerland or Canada, you have to pay them in US dollars. You have to pay them in that local currency, which is exceptionally high, and their lifestyles are very expensive. So better than that, you can get 4 to 5 Indians who can fill up the same one position. So, it is much more cheaper. Indian labor, and this is not me trying to put you down, but India is much more affordable. If I were to, let's say, I want to create a website, if I were to ask someone from Sri Lanka, someone from Bangladesh, someone from Pakistan, someone from India, someone from Philippines, it is much more cheaper. But if I were to ask someone from the United States or someone from, let's say, Denmark, or someone from Canada, Australia, I'm not saying that they are charging me more because they are superior or they are better. No, it's just the rates. Like, I'll give a very simple final example before I move to the next point. Here, where I live in Thailand, one bowl of rice, okay, and one curry, I can have it for, we're talking a bowl of rice, curry with the meat, minced meat, chicken or pork, along with the, let's say, a fried egg on top. I can have it for less than $1, less than $1 to $2. Seriously, $1 to $2. Fresh, huh? This is not stale, fresh, and it is filling. For one normal person, it is filling. Can you imagine eating $1 or $2 and being full, fresh food, freshly made in a restaurant and served to you? No, it's not. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, that is number one. So the first point is higher earning potential due to due to lesser competition abroad, and also for the fact that their standard of living is higher, and also because the currency value. Okay, so you earn. That is why I tell people it's better to go abroad. You'll earn more money. Point number two is the stronger currency. Why do you think so many people go to Dubai? Okay, why do you think so many people want to work, let's say, as a nurse or whatever job position, or as a IT guy in USA, even if it's temporary? Because when you earn in that local currency, even if it is at a lower level, let's say $1,000 or $2,000, only you're earning that much. But when you convert the $1,000 or $2,000 into Indian rupees, it's a lot. It's quite a lot. And that is why you get so many people in Dubai. They will, literally send even $200, $100, or $500 as savings back home, because they know back home, if they were being paid for the same job, they wouldn't be able to save that much. Why do you think remittance is so high? The things that you can buy back home when you save the money is much more, and your family can live a much more decent life. Why do you think I charge people in US dollars? Okay, I've always told people earn in dollars, live in the local currency. For the simple reason, like I give you that example, I literally, if I eat a bowl of rice and I eat a little bit of meat, it costs me $1 to $2. If I was staying in Dubai, I think I would be spending maybe for the same meal, let's say maybe $8-10. And if I think I was in the United States, or I was in, say, Switzerland or Sweden or Australia, I definitely doubt it would be equally that high. So remember, when you earn in foreign currency and you send it back home, or you save it back home, you save a lot more. So the second point that I want to give you is the stronger currency. The third point is obviously better quality of life. I spoke to this guy. He's an Indian guy, client of mine based in Ireland. Um, I asked him, like, what do you like about Ireland? And I was expecting him to say, the money. I was expecting him to say girls. I was expecting him to say, I enjoy XYZ. He surprised me by saying the quality of air. And the minute he said quality of air, I was like, what? Quality of air? And he told me, I used to live in Bangalore. He's saying, and the area where I used to live, it was heavily congested. He's saying it was so congested that I literally developed asthma. And then when he had to go to Delhi for some project work, he said it was even more worse, Delhi and Bombay. He's saying it was literally like smog, and I ended up taking so much of medication. And he's saying his health deteriorated so badly, he had to resign from his job and literally, take bed rest for quite some time, because he found, I think his immune system was weak. He's saying, I just couldn't take it. He's saying, once I came here to Dublin, Ireland to complete my college and start working, he's saying the first thing I noticed was the air. And ever since he has been in Dublin, Ireland, he goes for plenty of walks. He's saying it's so clean, you can literally feel that it's like heavy on oxygen. And he is out of medicines. He has been in perfect health. So that is just one example. There are quite a number of other examples, like less traffic congestion. Where he stays, he says there's hardly one car every 15-20 minutes. I don't know which part of that country he stays. He says he has even told me the public transportation is pretty reliable because of less traffic. It's very easier. He can even, because he stays abroad, he says, I can even go to work cycling. He says, my senior manager, they come to work cycling because the climate is so cool. He also spoke to me about the parks being very clean. Cleanliness. I don't think I need to elaborate on this. In India, how dirty, manky garbage is literally thrown. We have seen videos on Instagram where even a foreigner, she gave the security guy the garbage to throw, thinking that there was a allotted place. He just took it and flung it outside the compound wall. Nobody cares. He said, that same client of mine, he said, I've yet to see where garbage is He's saying it is so clean that even if they eat a sandwich, they'll not throw the wrapper. They'll keep it in a plastic bag and or a paper bag, and when they see a garbage bin, they throw it there, or they take it home to throw it. So better quality of life. Number four is a better life for your children. Almost quite a number of people who have left India and gone abroad, especially the ones who are in their 40s. They've always told me that, Loy, I'm not doing this for me, I'm doing it for my children so that they can have a better life. They are made to study in the schools and colleges there. They are made to complete their education there. And most of our Indians who are abroad, we have seen this, they take their education and their life because of Indian values very seriously, and they really succeed. So, and the best thing is once they're there and they study and they spend all those years, they get not only the citizenship, but the education of that country, which is recognized, and they get chosen as interns. So their career path is much more better, and they settle down. And what more does a parent need? So point number four is for your children. I wouldn't say the same with regards to parents, because there are a lot of mothers and fathers who are used to India. They are used to all the relatives. If they were to go abroad, especially Canada, there's so much of snow and it's so cold, almost I think 8, 9, 10 months of the year. So many of them cannot take that cold. Cold is something many people cannot take. So it's not good for your elderly parents, but it's good for children. And yes, remember, once you go there in your 40s, you'll hardly have any friends. Hardly anyone knows you. So you'll be just go to work, come back home with your family. That's it. Uh, a better life for children and family, which obviously you have so many other factors that come into play. It's not just about going for movies or going for entertainment. Yes, the loneliness factor is pretty much a thing, because let's say you're in India, you can celebrate Diwali, you can celebrate Eid, you can celebrate all these festivals together. Although today in a BJP ruled India, I don't know what the hell is going on there. But I suppose there are places which are not affected by all this, religious warfare and the politicizing of religion. But the very fact that you spend maximum time with your family, you end up having a better quality family life. I know, like, I'll give my example. Me, my wife, and my kid, we hardly go and meet anyone. We hardly socialize. So we are close knit as a family. We go out together, eat food together, take the baby out for play days, go to the beach together. Although I don't go, I don't like the beach so much. So you get my point. And there are families in Australia and Canada. By the way, it seems that eating out is very expensive, going for movies very expensive, traveling using taxi and all that very expensive. So they plan out their lives within the family circle. And if they stay in a community where there are families together, they always bond together. So it's, all this helps with the children's upbringing, because nowadays we have seen how many children are addicted to their smart devices and social media. So this is much more better than being in that kind of format. And when you're talking about back home in India, always remember the father and mother, they're busy working. You need two people to make ends meet. And in the end, you have children who are left alone in the house. And what do they end up doing? They'll either go with their friends, and you don't know where they are, or nowadays, which is very common, is they take their social media, free apps, cheap internet or free internet with their cheap smartphones, and your brain gets screwed the wrong way. So yeah, it's a better life for children and family. Number 6 is work-life balance. You'll be surprised to know that there are quite a number of companies which are very insistent that you work only 8 hours and you must go back home. I have my own relatives who work in certain institutions where after 8 hours they tell you, no, sorry, please go home. You have to go home. We don't want you to be here. Unless, of course, there was a training. Okay? And even if they are being trained, they get paid extra. They get paid this overtime. So what happens is, after work, obviously you don't go anywhere out because it's expensive. And if you stay in a very quiet neighborhood, you have nothing else but to do and spend time at home. So for people who like a work-life balance, being abroad is amazing, which I'm sure in India is impossible because of the travel time, the traffic jam, the congestion, the stress, the fast and furious pace. It is nearly impossible there. Okay. Number 7 is global career opportunities. Indians in India only have opportunities in India. They do apply abroad, but it's far and few that anyone does succeed. But if you're someone who has a white passport, and you can literally apply online, and when they come to know that you have, let's say, Canadian, American, Australian passport, a lot more opportunities open. Some of my relatives and friends have got American or Canadian passport citizenship. They literally travel, visa on arrival, so many other countries, and they can apply. But if you have an Indian passport, you can't get a visa on arrival. Let's say you go to Australia, visa on arrival, and USA, no. You have to show money. You have to follow the legal framework. It's not easy to get the visa. And once you get the visa, then 110 questions. So you get what I'm saying. So that's another reason why it's better to have life abroad. Okay. Number 8, I've already told you, cleanliness, which is a given. You don't have to take my word on it. Google search India, garbage, pollution, dirt. You have enough and more YouTubers who have literally shown what the sad, ugly side. And it's because our Indians lack civic sense that all this nonsense is going on there. Number 9 is religion. While religion is a good thing, fear of God, the politicizing of religion has become a massive headache. And it's become more ritualistic nowadays, where people are just doing it for the sake of showing others, whether it's a Muslim praying in the middle of the road, or it's a Hindu shouting Jai Shri Ram, and all the fights which take place in religion. It's so much of nonsense and superstition. We have seen so many of these YouTubers nowadays. They put a flower and they put a statue next to a leaking faucet on the road, and suddenly people are coming and touching and taking blessings. And there's a guy who dresses up like a Baba, and he just gives you something and people take his blessing. He's a fake YouTuber. And there was another one where people going under the highway, under the underpass. And one guy did this, just touched and did this, and another guy did. And before you know it, everyone was doing it, touching up and taking blessings. So this is India. Now, those acts can be harmless, but then people start moving steps higher, where instead of taking medicine, they'll give you cow dung and cow urine, which we've seen in Hindus. We've seen people, even Christians, where instead of taking you to the doctor, they believe Jesus is going to heal you, have faith. Muslims also, they have their strange, I don't know, whatever incident. Right now, I can't think of any which was India specific, but I have heard of things happening abroad where they believe Allah will take care and go to the imam or imam-based doctor. So this is not acceptable. Even if it does exist, I don't think you'll stay in that position for very long. So superstition and religious, major problem in India. And if you have a negative opinion of any religion, you can go to jail. Okay. Number 10 is gundagiri. It is the hooliganism. And now we're even having language-based hooliganism. If you are in Maharashtra, you don't know Marathi, any of these local Hindu political groups, they can just come, catch your collar, give you 2 slaps. We've seen those videos. They go to the banks, and if you don't speak the same language, they'll insult you, beat you, threaten you, literally break or damage the bank, vandalize it. If you say that you don't know that local language and you don't want to, we have seen people throwing stones in one of the offices which was under WeWork. I've seen videos from Karnataka itself. I've seen videos in different parts of India. It's becoming a shit show where even a rickshaw guy can shout at you, or you can shout at a rickshaw guy. It's become madness here. Number 10, they take the law in their own hands and model policing. If you're seen with any girl, anyone can catch your collar and ask you, are you Hindu? Are you Muslim? Are you this? Are you that? And literally beat you, or in some cases even not only beat, rape the girl, take a video and then blackmail them. And what can the police do? They themselves have their own shit, and some of them don't even care. The corruption is way too high. Okay. I think it's point number 12. Yeah. Politics. Yeah, politics is there in most of the countries, and nowadays strikes and protests. So I wouldn't say politics is a very explicitly great point, but compared to what is happening in India with the madness and the blind faith that they have in their leaders, I would say India is much more worse where politics is concerned. Number 13, I've spoken to you about corruption, which is way too high in India. I've already told you about this. My client who wanted to invest millions of dollars in India literally spent 2 years of his life. And in the end, when the final boss or the final decision maker he got introduced to a very powerful politician whose name I will not take. and he was literally told to pay him millions of dollars if he wanted to start the business. And because he refused, because he wanted to do everything properly, legally by the book, he said, no, then you can't open the business. It literally made life impossible for him. 2 years of hard work, millions of dollars, all got wasted, including the people who invested the money with him. So corruption is way too high in India, very, very high. And it's a mess to start a business. In that way, if you look at it, Dubai, you can literally start a business in 15 minutes, register, you'll be given a virtual office, virtual space, visas, start your business immediately. And in some cases where, okay, some people have been complaining about opening bank accounts because of black money, but in majority of the cases, much more easier than India at least. Number 14 is tax. People get taxed in India, but what are the benefits? I have heard about Kerala giving government government hospitals giving good treatment for one of my friends. His mother literally had a knee-based operation, not too sure. Another one had something, a very complicated surgery, but it was hardly for 500 rupees because it was a government hospital. It was not luxury, but he said it was clean. And I know this guy personally. He wouldn't have to bullshit with me. He said for 500 rupees. So he said, if I were to do the same in Dubai, I would have to spend maybe 5 to 15,000 US dollars. So that is the only exception that I found out. But otherwise, the amount of tax that you pay India, the roads, the education, the lifestyle, there's no unemployment benefits. I was very surprised. There are 2-3 guys here who live in Samui, where I stay. They are unemployed and they still keep getting benefits. I don't know. Maybe they're playing around with some of the loopholes of the system, which is legally not allowed. But some of them are getting benefits and they're enjoying it. I don't know what kind of benefit. I'm pretty sure it's not unemployment, because if you're unemployed, you have to show receipts that you're searching for a job. But I don't know. He's using some of the loopholes where he's getting paid something or another. Maybe, I don't know, he has put fake papers that he's studying here or something like that, which I don't recommend. But what I'm trying to tell you, the point is that you get a lot of benefits if you pay taxes to a Western country. Point number 15, which is a given. If you say you have a passport from a third world and you say you have a Western passport, from immigration to everyone else, they look up to you. Like, why do you think in India, Indian passport holder, American passport, oh, you know how it is. I'm sorry, but that is how the world is. Number 16 is, yes, much more freedom from traveling. Traveling is one of the major benefits, although some people have told me that it is slightly overhyped, because after getting the Canadian or American passport, it's not that they're traveling every week or every month. It just gives you the convenience that you can get visa on arrival. So that freedom is there. And yes, you can take advantage of opportunities. Last but not the least, I think I would just say, this is my final point. The Indian mentality that is there is pretty sickening. At least I find that. I can't tolerate, I can't bear it, can't stand it. From gossiping to backstabbing to being jealous to interfering in other people's affairs, that is not there abroad. And if you mind your own business, nobody cares. Like here, nobody, absolutely nobody cares what I'm doing, what my wife is doing, what my kid is doing, whom I'm dating, who my wife is dating, where my kid is going. Nobody cares. Okay. Obviously, for safety reasons, they would always keep an eye. Or because now we are like family and everyone knows us in this area. It's not like if I were to go with a new girl, nobody's going to, what is happening, and ask my wife, or my wife goes out with a new guy, they would ask me like, is everything okay? Like when I was doing my intermittent fasting for days, I think 2 weeks here, I lost half my body weight. My eyes were sunken. So everyone was concerned and they did inform my wife about it, which I didn't know. They said in Thai. And some of them even offered to help, okay, which is a good thing. But in India, it is not just that. It is, oh, where is she going? Why is she dressed up like this? Who is she talking to? Oh my goodness, that I can't stand. And I've seen enough and more comments of how people are in India. I mean, if I would live in India or I would even visit India, I don't think I would survive there for more than a few minutes before all hell would break loose. So I enjoy more of the freedom, the peace of mind, the happy life, being away from India and the Indian mentality, which unfortunately is quite sickening. So these are the 17 points. I hope you got something of value. I would love to hear what you have to say. Maybe you have a different point of view. Do comment down below, and yeah, I definitely will read what you have to say. Having said that, good, bad, ugly, let me know your thoughts. This is me signing off. Yeah, bye.